Generally, when a big YouTuber admits to finding drawings of kids attractive, defends and proudly promotes the consumption of that kind of material, and then on top of that, has a viral story of his ex-wife cheating on him with his best friend, and then they get divorced, most people would think that there's no coming back from that as an influencer. But in the case of Chibi Reviews, he was actually able to find a sector of people online, a large group of people online, who don't mind that he's into kids, and they kind of relate to the fact that he was cucked. Chibi Reviews, the anime review YouTuber, recently got himself into some more drama. For those that don't know, he's the guy who got Giga canceled a few months ago for being a proud and open lolicon, and all the while, his wife cheated on him with his best friend, and then he lost his whole friend group, and it was a whole thing. He got, like, dunked on massively. Well, I hate to tell you all, recently Chibi Reviews has pivoted to being a right-wing grift influencer online, a little bit like a cross between Grums, Rev Says Desu, and Nuxtaku. So you've got a little bit of like the pedo anime gooning in there. You've got the right-wing culture war, and then you've also got the occasional just blatant on-its-face racism. Chibi Reviews has genuinely become one of the worst accounts to plague my timeline. And I'm thinking about just blocking him, but before I do, I think it's time that I make a video going over some of his recent Twitter activity, because he's actually managed to have a revival among right-wing Twitter users and right-wing content viewers. After all of this, he's seeing a massive jump in support because he's found the right. And these conservatives don't care that he likes lolicon, and they don't care that he's a cuck. Hell, they'd probably like for him to talk about his getting cucked experience so they can jack off to it. You know how those people are. But it all started when a VTuber named Demi made a tweet. Hey, just a reminder, I'm extremely uncomfortable with not safe for work art of me. Quote, but why did you make your VTuber look like that? Just because I like sexy or hot things doesn't mean I want to see porn of it. It's just a VTuber. Who do you think of when you see it? I don't know what that's meant to be in reference to, I guess, her? Yeah. And this gets quote tweeted by none other than Chibi Reviews, who says, this level of virtue signaling has stun-locked me. Look at the repost. And then we've got this image here that is not porn. It's definitely a bit ecchi, I guess, but it is not porn. It's not. So, once again, he's wrong, but he calls this hypocritical, right? So Demi responds, wait, oh my god, aren't you the guy whose fiance literally cheated on him, and your whole friend group sided with her? LMFAO. And so he gets mad and says, so you avoid answering why you retweet NSFW of your avatar despite being upset about it in your post. Great, great. Yo, Philippines flag? True! Philippines flag. Very true. Good point. Good point. Good call out. Philippines mentioned. So, considering that's the kind of shit he's up to these days, he's just become an entire joke. But the right loves jokes. They like to gather around these kind of dudes and support them. Oh my god, the follow. Mr. Beast, no! So this is Chibi Reviews. This is Chibi Reviews banner and homepage. I'm like scared to scroll through this because I'm worried about what's going to show up on the timeline. But here we've got who follows him, Mr. Beast. What the fuck, bro? Mr. Beast, why? No, Jimmy Beef, another lolicon duder that Mr. Beast has connections to. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So, Chibi Reviews an hour ago tweeted, let it be known, I'm a fucking weirdo and proud. It's fun being able to just straight up talk about anything and what I'm into without caring. Somehow I managed to make it over 250k followers on Twitter just for being a cringe weeb that pisses people off. Yep, this is exactly why Twitter needs to be banned, frankly. Well, there you go. She got the pass, don't worry. This is the kind of shit that you're gonna see on his timeline. Like, it's all racist slop. When even YouTube spokesman is calling out the radical censorship of the UK government forcing in age verification laws, you know it's gotten very bad. That's true. The age verification laws are bad. Oh, let's not scroll any further. I don't know what's gonna happen here. And I've been shadow banned. Oh no! No, wait a second. No way. You can't make this up. 4 hours ago, I've been shadow banned. Bro. That's crazy. Hold on, let's scroll further. I want to make sure I don't accidentally show any horrific goon material this guy might have on his timeline. Oh, what the fuck? Is this some, like, pedo shit? What the fuck is this? Is he just, like, that overt about it on the timeline now? Jesus Christ. This is the sort of degenerate shit that, like, communities on Twitter like to gather around. Very cool. Very nice. It's just so fucking cringe, bro. Here's just more of him, like, gooning, I guess. I'm making people melt down over my Nagatoro posts. I can't believe I can passively make that many people mad over fictional content. Imagine being afraid of the tanned waifu Nagatoro assets. What are these words? Imagine being afraid of the tanned waifu Nagatoro assets. Is this character underage? Imagine being afraid of this character. Hope they know each interaction with me only makes me appear more in their feed. Nagatoro is literally just pedobait? Pedobait? What's that? Like, is she an underage character? Or is she just a character that's, like, overtly designed to look underage? She's a second-year high schooler, so... Yeah, okay, so pedo shit. Alright, gotcha. Thank you. Thank you. The answer was yes! You could have answered yes! Okay. They basically just confirmed Season 5. Oh, here's where the banner comes from. This is 10 out of 10. I just created a new banger profile banner by Kitsura Nines. I'm literally in it, and I'm so honored when people make stuff for me no matter what. Love to my community. And then here's more, I guess, foot gooning. Like, this guy is famous for being a pedo and for being cucked by his ex-wife and for all of his friends leaving him. And he's like, I know 1 month ago I was crying on my timeline about how I was getting swatted and I'm scared for my life, but now I'm just I make people so angry. You guys are just so triggered. It's like, dude, you were crying and begging for mercy to stop being swatted. And like, you were begging for people, crying for people to stop making jokes about digging up your dead brother and turning his skeleton into a throne. Hear me out, everyone. Cried 1 month ago. He cries every month. Good point. Good point. Good point. The mass hypocrisy around Pomni proves how racist people are to the Japanese. If Pomni was an anime girl, she would be surrounded in the typical lolly discussion. Hold on, isn't, oh my god, give me a moment, hold on. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, from what I understand, this is Frieren, which is a Japanese anime, but this is from a Korean game, right? This, Stellar Blade's a Korean studio? And I've seen this character in memes. Isn't this just like an internet artist? On the right? So, like, yeah, definitely weird. Also, I don't think that's the actual character proportions of this character, but I could be wrong. Anyway, is this actually how Pomni looks? Well, you see, she is actually 25, and she does not act childlike, and she is... I guess it cuts off. Is this how she looks? Because I don't... Maybe it's just because I've seen Fortnite Pomni, and she's definitely, like, adult proportions there, but I don't know. It seems like it was very intentionally, like, they drew her to look like she's, I don't know, like 15 years younger. That's a gotcha, I guess. That's a gotcha. You thought you'd owned the pedophiles. Well, guess what? Pomni. Then he posts this. I don't know if it is more or less embarrassing for this to be made with AI. That there is Chibi Reviews, by the way. This is what he looks like in real life. I know I haven't showed any pictures of him, but this is him IRL. This is a JoJo's Bizarre Adventures drawing of Chibi Reviews, where I guess his stand is Hitler. Yeah, we're getting through the goon, we're getting through the weird pedo shit, and now we're about to get into the racism. This guy he's got everything. Let's see, where's that one viral post he made? One of his posts very recently, it's a really, really awful one, went viral. Where is this slop post? Bruh. Did he delete it? How has this post been on my timeline so much? Here it is. Oh my god, this one. So this is the boss, the final boss of Dudes Online. finding fictional scenarios to make up in their head so that they can get mad. Look at this. This is, listen, warning. You're not gonna like this.
Just saw this on Discord, and now I'm forcing you all to see it. Genuinely terrifying.
Someone should make that into a GIF. You AI slop. Yeah, AI does need to. It needs to be killed. Yeah. So Chibi Reviews is basically, that's one of his biggest bangers as of late. Cool creature design though. I mean, pretty scary. I won't lie. It was pretty scary. But regardless though, he's basically just devolved into pandering to racists and internet gooners and other internet pedophiles. Like, he's identified the worst of the worst groups online who have absolutely no standards for the types of people they'll support and follow. As long as you're, you know, memeing hard enough and towing the party line, they will still support you. And at the end of the day, Chibi Reviews is a loser lolicon who just wants to grift an easy life out of an online presence talking about anime. And so, he is happy to start being racist, if that's what it takes, to find a niche that will still accept him after the things that he has been utterly dragged through the mud over. From Monsters or Resident Evil, he kind of reminds, he's kind of like when the monsters in From, like, turn from, like, a normal person, like, they go monstrous mode and then they lunge at you. Kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Anyway. Chibi Reviews is the kind of person who has had, at this point, documentaries written about him. So if you want to learn all about that stuff, I recommend you go check that stuff out on your own. For me, I can't stand to talk about the guy for more than a few minutes at a time. Otherwise, I start to feel just the same kind of gross that you feel when you watch, like, a Hoarders episode. And you're just like, I need to, like, not be aware of this for a little while and I'll feel better. You know what I mean? So, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider leaving a like and a comment down below. It really does help a ton if you guys do that. I appreciate it. And of course, subscribe and ring the bell icon to turn on all notifications so you get notified when I upload in the future. That is, if you want to see more from me in the future. I hope I do see you again. And as always, thanks for watching.